I'm a 28-year-old office worker. I got married to Daniel, who's the same age as me, last month. We've been discussing working together as a couple until we eventually have kids. Since we both have jobs, we agreed to share the housework. But once we got into it, I was disappointed. He had no intention of helping out. Welcome home. I just got home too, so I'll heat something up. For dinner at my friend's place, we usually just heat up leftovers or pre-cooked meals. In the beginning, I would always make sure Daniel has something fresh, but I started preparing things in advance.
Honestly, I wish I could have a fresh meal every now and then.
And lately, he's been complaining about dinner, and it's starting to bother me. I'm starting to cook now, but it's going to take a while. Daniel's supposed to clean the bathroom.
Ugh, it's such a trouble.
Sure, he cleans it, but he always complains during dinner. I'm the one cooking and washing the dishes too. Both of us work late hours, so we're never home early. If I had more time, I'd like to make everything fresh. But Daniel complains so much, I end up forcing myself to cook from scratch some days. His demands have gotten worse, and now he says I want freshly made meals. If you want fresh food that badly, why don't you make it yourself?
Sorry.
I just visited my brother, who's living nearby, but I think he misunderstood and thought I was mad at him. I was actually talking about Daniel.
There was this one time you got mad at me for eating what I thought was my pudding. You didn't talk to me for a whole month. It was stupid.
At that time, the pudding I was looking forward to wasn't in the fridge, and I was both furious and disappointed. Honestly, thinking about it now still makes me mad.
Please stop.
Just kidding.
But really, why are you holding back so much?
Now that we're married, we have to tolerate each other's manners. I guess you learn a lot about someone when you live together.
Hey, you're an adult. Why are you so angry?
Yeah, Daniel doesn't help much and keeps complaining while I'm the one managing everything on top of work. It'd be nice if he were a bit more considerate. What is wrong with made-up food? This is the time you praise someone's efficiency. I'd love to come home to fresh, warm food every day too, but who's going to make it? It's not like Daniel's going to. He doesn't even clean up after himself.
I think he relies too much on Emma, but you're not his mother. This is supposed to be a partnership.
If things stay like this, I'm worried about what will happen when we have kids.
Well, I know I'm just listening to your story, but if there's anything I can do, just let me know.
Thanks, big brother. I feel a bit better after talking to him, but yeah, I'm still feeling down. A few days after talking to my brother, I came home even later than usual. As I was heating up some pre-made food and getting dinner ready, Daniel let out a big sigh.
Oh, you're taking shortcuts again.
Even if it's pre-cooked, that doesn't mean I'm cutting corners. Everything on the table is homemade.
Heating it up before serving is no different than what you'd find at the grocery store deli.
What?
I hate it when the food's reheated. I only want fresh meals.
Wow, that's terrible. I put a lot of effort into this. Even making side dishes takes time.
I don't care. I want fresh food and that's that.
I was furious. I couldn't help but think, why did I marry someone who's so unkind? I'm starting to feel like this might have been a mistake. I can't deal with someone like this anymore. I get it. I'll stop trying to reheat it.
You finally got my feelings across.
I got it right. I'll provide you with a stand just like you wanted. Daniel immediately felt better. Daniel ate the reheated food and went to sleep, snoring without cleaning up as usual. The next day I served Daniel only freshly cooked food as he had requested.
Home now.
I went to the kitchen to serve you the freshly prepared food that you want. I brought you some freshly prepared food in a few minutes.
Isn't it all?
Yes, I just cut some lettuce and tomato and put dressings on top. You're the one who said freshly made is best, so it's hard to come home and make it. But with this, I think you got all you need. You can make a wish. It's healthy. And it's not just 2 stones with 1 stone. It's on the top of a mountain.
How can I be full?
But you're the one who said freshly made is better.
I don't have any.
You're so selfish. In that case, I'll make you another dish. I go back to the kitchen, take the eggs out of the refrigerator, put some rice in a bowl, and take it to Daniel. Let's make some egg-cooked rice and enjoy it.
How can dinner be egg-cooked rice? That's not possible.
Ah, that's right. The rice isn't freshly cooked. Oh, then the rice will be taken away. The eggs must be freshly laid, right? Yes, they're taken away, and tofu can be made. It wasn't possible because it wasn't freshly cooked. I'm collecting for this as well. The cold chicken and egg-cooked rice that you recruited was delicious. I eat this every day, and it's a nutritional problem, but it's still a great dish.
What can I eat?
That's right. It's hard for people who can only eat freshly made food.
What are you talking about? You promised to serve it freshly.
There's nothing I can do about it. It's going to take time.
But okay, I'm going to take a bath, so go ahead and make some.
While Daniel was taking a bath, I went to the kitchen for a while, and then I heard Daniel's hissing voice in the living room.
Oh, my brother. Good evening, Daniel.
While he was taking a bath, he was a little surprised when he saw my older brother come in.
Emma, this hamburger is good.
I'm glad you were happy.
Oh, can I have mine too?
This is warmed up beforehand, so I'm going to give it to another thing. It doesn't suit your taste. I'm making something else right now, so please look forward to it.
Oh, that's fine.
I have some stews that I've already made, though I had to reheat them to eat. Will you eat?
Pre-made simmered food, on the other hand, is so delicious that it soaks up the flavor.
My brother happily eats the reheated pre-made food.
Where's my food?
Don't rush. A few minutes later, my brother puffs out his stomach and enjoys the full moon. Next to me, Daniel's stomach is growling.
Emma, where's my food?
My rice is being simmered slowly, so please wait for another 2 hours.
What on earth have you been making for 2 hours?
It's curry, but I have to slowly stir-fry the onions.
It's hard for me to eat something like this. Please let me have a hamburger too. A freshly made hamburger.
You said you don't mind it if it takes a while.
But I can't wait 2 hours. Now that I'm hungry, can you cook something quickly like hamburger?
Cooking hamburger quickly, huh? I had no choice but to make a hamburger. So I started making hamburgers, but 30 minutes later...
When will it be ready? Why are you not doing anything? Where's my food?
I'm currently soaking the rice in water so that I can serve it freshly cooked. It looks like it's about to put it in the rice cooker.
Oh, are you going to cook the rice now?
Freshly cooked is best, right?
I don't need rice. Please make me a hamburger.
I can't help it. Daniel left the kitchen and came back 20 minutes later.
It's about time for my hamburger.
Now I'm cooling down onions, which are fried slowly.
I'm looking forward to seeing this cooked in an authentic way.
It will only take about an hour, so by then my brother might have a strain in his stomach.
Will it take an hour? You're just kidding. I can't wait that long. I wonder if you can wait for freshly made food. There's a limit for waiting. I'm tired from work, and yet it's terrible that I was left without the food until midnight. Isn't it too much? Emma is also tired from work, and Daniel is just waiting for Emma and complaining without helping. After coming home, and Emma was standing in the kitchen the whole time. On the other hand, don't you realize that you're doing something terrible? That's because any kind of cooking takes a lot of time and effort. I'm grateful just to have it made by hand, but it's selfish of you to say that I don't like it unless it's freshly made. There's no one to cook for me, no one to eat my homemade food, and no one to sit around the table with.
I think that's another problem.
Emma, I am sorry that I have been so selfish. My mother was a full-time housewife. As a housewife, she always served me freshly cooked food. So I was reluctant to reheat it, but when I heard the sounds of cooking in the kitchen, I felt like I had started a family and I wanted it because it made me feel calm. From now on, except on weekends or when Emma gets home early, I'll just have to remake or reheat. I don't like deli dishes, but if it is pre-made dishes, I can handle it. That's fine, right, Emma?
Well, Daniel, I can't bear to go along with your selfishness. When you hear the sound of cooking in the living room, you feel at ease? Huh. We both work, so when you have time to listen to the sound of cooking, you clean and do laundry and then I'm ready. Even if you don't put up with it, I have zero intention of making anything for you in the future.
So there's no point in getting married if that's the case?
So we'll have no choice but to get divorced.
Even if you stay at home until I find a new place, it's okay. I have some extra rooms.
Yes, I will.
Wait, I'll help you with the housework.
You think I'm your mom. You'd be happier if you got divorced and went back to your real mom.
No, I don't like divorce.
I didn't feel like listening to Daniel's wishes any further, so I packed up my things with my brother and left. After that, we had a discussion with both of our parents, and my parents-in-law bowed their heads and asked Daniel for a divorce. After the divorce, Daniel was not allowed to return to his parents' home and started living alone, but since he could not clean or do laundry, his room looks messy. He couldn't cook and had to rely on the side dishes that he hated so much. I temporarily took shelter at my brother's house, but I finally found a place to live, so I'm leaving.
You could have stayed forever.
If I stay, your girlfriend won't be able to come to your house.
Did you know that I had a girlfriend?
Yeah, I do. Now you can sit around the table.
Hey, I'm taking special training in cooking right now. I want her to eat homemade food. Of course, I want to eat her home-cooked food.
The environment where we can both cook for each other is ideal.
I want you to enjoy my home-cooked meals when you move to the new place.
He gave me a lot of tappers with food. Thank you, brother. Let's reheat it and enjoy it. Thank you for watching. What kind of strange Emma will appear next? Please enjoy. Wait, where is mine? You can ignore it if you want. If you ignore me, I'll just head home on my own.
So, hello, you finally made it out. Where are you?
I am at my home.
Come back now. I can't do this without you.
What's up? I'm Alice, 33 years old. Today I'm having a barbecue at the campsite with my husband, Mike, and his friends.
But Karen really hasn't changed since the old days. Yeah, that's about it. But Karen does have her good points.
He got a job at a factory run by a local senior and still hangs out with her school friends often. Today, Mike wanted to have a barbecue, so I decided to give it a try. To my surprise, my friend was here with us. I had only hung out with this group once before, and at that time, I decided I wouldn't join any events with them outside of this one. Mike, shall we roast this meat?
As a wife, you'd be upset if your husband was talking to other women, right?
Then here's John, who's really working hard on his band, but still struggles with not being successful. He usually works part-time at a convenience store for the living.
And those two dated back in high school.
What?
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
It looks like you said something you shouldn't have again.
He's Paul, and he's jobless, and it makes sense why he's unemployed if there's a reason, but he just doesn't seem to want to work. He occasionally does day labor to make some money, but other than that, he seems to be involved with various women, or maybe not.
I was just telling you the truth. Sorry, Alice. You're not the type who likes to say things like that.
Well, I don't really want to listen to it.
Oh, okay. Please forget it.
All of Mike's friends aren't very sensitive and are too bold. Alice, are you grilling meat? I grilled some meat and asked if he could use this meat, but he didn't reply. Mike, would it be fine if I grilled this meat first?
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I got a reply. Yes. Karen's family is wealthy, so she's the daughter of a company president and currently works as an executive, so she has a lot of money left over.
Well, they look nice. Please give them all.
Wait, where is mine? If you ignore me, I'll go home on my own.
That was a disaster.
It was really impossible.
Well, I think it was a wise decision.
She's the director of the Doctoral Robotics Research Institute and my friend. The person next to my friend is the robot Lucky, developed by the doctor.
I understand that you don't want to go home. Please stay today feeling at home.
Wow, there are a lot of missed calls from Mike. I didn't notice while we were talking.
There must have been some sort of trouble. It sounded interesting, so how about calling back?
Hello?
Where are you?
I went back to my house.
But why did you leave without permission?
Well, it's because you ignored me and I didn't have any food.
You can keep your meat by yourself. Also, are you a kid to go home because of being ignored?
You have a problem that you just talk to your old friends and leave your wife alone.
I don't think you're capable of acting like an adult, but anyway, come back right now. I need you.
What do you mean?
Because I don't have a big car. What about the rest of us? You can't think of anything than you, right? You went home in our car, so how are we going to get home?
You have a small car. Actually, this time I loaded up all the camping equipment on our van, and his 3 friends came with Karen. We met up at the site in the light car that Karen was driving.
In other words, if I got in the car too, there wouldn't be any space to put my luggage in, so you'll have to think for yourself how you're going to leave the campsite. Besides, today is a day trip. We don't even have a sleeping bag. We don't have any money, and we're all suffering because of you.
Oh, it's real camp. It's like camping, isn't it? What about picking nuts in the mountains and fishing in the river?
There's no way I can do that, right? Besides, this campground is a paid one, so if you want to stay there, you'll get an extra bed.
Come to think of it, the campground there is famous as a mecca for anime, so the lodging fees were high on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Especially since I'm not going to help you anyway, it seems like you're going through a lot of trouble trying to figure it out on your own.
It seems that they have a lot of troubles.
They can encounter that.
It would be awful to realize that Alice isn't here right now.
Right?
Now that I think about it, it seems like it's going to rain heavily today.
So it's going to be a lot of work. It's a good idea to let the rain cool your head. The next day, Mike and Karen came home to pick up our van. I went back to the campsite and loaded up my things.
I'm home. You should apologize to everyone. You must be embarrassed as a wife for putting us through so much trouble.
I'm sorry, Alice. Me and Mike are good friends. No, you don't have to hide it. You're lonely and you've become like a rabbit. You're a cute little brickos. You just wanted to get Mike's attention. I understand that girl's heart.
You are lucky that Karen is so nice.
So why is Karen at home?
She came over to hang out.
Mike and I are going to watch a movie together. No problem. I'm going out. It's too bad. Mike and I haven't watched a movie together at home since high school. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was after the movie.
It was our first time together.
Even if it was a long time ago, there were too much in front of me. I get annoyed when I talk about it. But I left home aimlessly and came to the doctor's house.
That's bad. Haven't you known about him before you got married?
I knew that he had a strong local relationship, but I had no idea it was this strong. I never met any of my friends until I got married. It's been a year since we got married, but lately a lot of things have been coming to light.
Oh, I see. What's wrong with Dr. Peter? This is just a hunch from a genius doctor, but I don't think Mike and Karen are suspicious. When you say suspicious, it means they're having an affair? Or rather, I feel like we're close to being lovers.
Or rather, when I think back on it, I guess that's the case. At camp, Karen was always very attached to Mike, and today too, she knew I was going to say no. But it was like she was inviting me out. Even if I had said okay, Mike would have said no.
How about going home? Something so risky? They're probably thinking that Alice won't be coming back for a few hours, so take advantage of that opportunity and attack.
It might be possible, but when they hear the door open, I wonder if he'll leave right away. Or maybe he's actually watching a movie.
And the genius doctor is thinking ahead too.
Yeah, I'm home now.
Welcome home.
You came home early. It's kind of suspicious. I stopped to pick up something. I wasn't watching a movie.
I was thinking of watching it, but I just didn't feel like it.
So we just talked normally. Yeah.
So what did you come to get?
I'm staying at the doctor's house today, so I came home to pick up clothes.
Please take your time.
Thank you. You must be hiding something. I'm back now.
All that's left to do now is wait for the time. So today, let's forget about the two of us and enjoy.
That's right. The next day.
Look at this.
Well then, let us have a party in my house. A few days later. Thank you for coming today. It's unusual for Alice to have a party.
It's an apology for the camping trip the other day. Well, today, we're going to have all you can eat for free. I'm lucky to have eaten so much. I'll eat a lot so that I don't need supper. Oh, please, don't take my food. Doctor, don't be greedy.
I see. I'm sure you're apologizing for the other day, but I'm sure you just want to be pampered. If you're hosting a party and making your home, everyone will be paying attention to you, and if you bring your friends along, you won't feel alone. Well, your friends are not understandable like a woman with the milk glasses and a robot. But excuse me, please don't say anything bad about my friend. I've already stated the facts. Well then, I guess I'll tell you the facts too. You and Mike are having an affair, aren't you? Oh, why are you saying this all of a sudden?
There's no reason for people to say things like that just because we're good friends. Oh yeah, and if that's just because we're good friends, then what about Paul and I? Maybe he's dating Karen, maybe he's dating someone. I'm not interested in cohabitation. Neither am I. But just for example, wouldn't it be strange to suspect only Karen and Mike? That's true.
It's really too bad, Alice.
Which one is worse? Your friends agree on each other. It seems like there is, but there is no point in talking about it. We have a deep bond. If a friend was in trouble, we'd definitely help him.
We have a deep bond.
Isn't today an apology party? Don't be rude to my friend. There's no proof. You always make decisions based on your own emotions, but after all you need is evidence.
Please, Doctor.
Please pay attention to this wall. Please project the video, Lucky. Okay. What is this?
Mary won't show it to me, but your irregular actions have been recorded perfectly. This hidden camera was used the other day.
And the genius doctor is thinking about that as well. I'd like you to stay at my house, then I'll go get a change of clothes. I'd like you to do something at the right time. I'd like you to attach a small camera to your bedroom. If you're lucky, you'll be able to find some evidence. It's not the invention of a genius doctor. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Let me go. That's why I was lucky enough to be able to catch the scene of the affair between the two of them. I mean, the hidden camera is so disgusting.
It's a privacy issue. It's a violation.
What's wrong with installing a camera in my home? It's what your actions are bad. Since when did you do this?
From the other day. You are suspicious. Do you know what will happen if you covered them, John and Paul? No, we really didn't know anything. If it turns out you're lying, you'll be accused of being an accomplice. You might even have to pay compensation.
It seems harsh to demand compensation from a third party, but it's a good stimulus for these two.
Is compensation money?
Yes, you'll have to pay me.
It was 5 years ago. These guys are making affairs from 5 years ago. Mike and I have been in a physical relationship for 5 years. Why did you betray me?
I wonder where your deep bond went. Even so, it was 5 years before we started dating, so why did you marry me?
That's why Karen and I broke up once in high school. They say that getting back together doesn't last, but neither Karen nor I had a girlfriend for a while. So I continued our relationship without reconciling with Karen.
Okay, so you've removed the fact that everyone has been involved since 5 years ago.
I have nothing to do with it, and neither do I.
I was the one who helped you guys when you were in financial trouble.
I've always been concerned about that kind of overbearing attitude. You gave me money, so I tolerated it. Mike is the same thing anyway. What are you saying now? For him, she was just looking for money and a physical relationship for Karen, and for Alice, he was just dating him as a housekeeper.
Housekeeper?
Since Karen couldn't do anything, he filled the gap with Alice. No, I really love Alice, who is different from Karen.
So it won't work out now, but anyway, let him demand compensation. I'll give it to you, so be prepared. I'll ask my dad to give it to you. Of course, I won't pay your compensation and I won't support you at all in the future.
So it's called friendship, right?
Really? So from John and Paul, it must have been a little tough for him to receive compensation. But they seem to be in trouble now that they no longer have support from Karen. John has to work more part-time jobs to make a living. So it seems like he won't be able to perform in a band. It looks like all the women who were there have rejected Paul, and he feels like he's lost all friendships and relationships with women.
It's their own fault.
I received compensation from Karen, but it seems like his dad has released her from the place. It seems like he was let down. Even though he started looking for a job, he never worked.
So at 33 years old, and with no work experience, it seems like there's no place that would hire her. What happened to Mike? You got divorced, right?
I got divorced and I received alimony from his savings, but I think things are going to be tough from now on. Actually, he introduced his senior colleague from his hometown.
Good morning. Good morning. You can go home now. What do you mean, senior? At the company I told you to call me president. Well, I'm no longer your president. I still don't understand what you mean. I heard you got divorced. Where did you hear I was divorced? I heard from Alice, and she also said that you had an affair with Karen. You even got John and Paul on your side to hurt Alice. That's just Alice exaggerating a bit. Even so, adultery is a fact. Yes, I hate dishonest people. People who can't love their life partner are bound to have a negative impact on their work. The products at my factory may be plain, but the craftsmanship is straightforward. It's important to face each other. I think of work and love as separate. You can't do your job without the support of your wife and family. They prepare a delicious breakfast every day and help you with the work. Your private life is all tied up in your work. Anyway, I hate you. But the company shouldn't be able to fire me for that reason. You've forgotten all the mistakes you made. There were a lot of issues like delivery errors and machine damage, but the mistakes happened because we faced them directly. The company was really upset, but we forgave them. It was a mistake, but we're going to ask them to take responsibility for these things. You're the boss. That's too much. Then your presence will lower the level of productivity at this workplace. How about this? This is an unbelievable statement that actually makes me, the president, feel bad. Besides, all the employees here are straightforward. Those expert guys are sure to hate you, so go home.
Well, since it's about your seniors, they'll probably hate you for taking a dishonest path.
Also, it seems like there is a strong local bond, so they are going to hire Mike in this area.
It might be difficult to find it. It looks like it's going to be difficult.
Everyone is at their own level. Well, that's it for today, and I'll see you again in the next video.